Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The entire geographical area drained by a river and its tributaries. An area characterized by all runoff being conveyed to the same outlet. A ridge of land that separates two adjacent river systems. An event marking a unique or important historical change of course or one on which important developments depend. The agreement was a watershed in the history of both nations. A bathroom sink that is permanently installed and connected to a water supply and drainpipe, where you can wash your hands and face. He ran some water in the basin and splashed it on his face. The entire geographical area drained by a river and its tributaries. An area characterized by all runoff being conveyed to the same outlet. Flood control in the Missouri Basin. The quantity that a basin will hold. A basinful of water. A bowl-shaped vessel, usually used for holding food or liquids. She mixed the dough in a large basin. A natural depression in the surface of the land, often with a lake at the bottom of it. The basin of the Great Salt Lake. The entire geographical area drained by a river and its tributaries. An area characterized by all runoff being conveyed to the same outlet. The entire geographical area drained by a river and its tributaries. An area characterized by all runoff being conveyed to the same outlet. The entire geographical area drained by a river and its tributaries. An area characterized by all runoff being conveyed to the same outlet. The entire geographical area drained by a river and its tributaries. An area characterized by all runoff being conveyed to the same outlet. The entire geographical area drained by a river and its tributaries. An area characterized by all runoff being conveyed to the same outlet. Perform a division. Can you divide 49 by 7? Act as a barrier between. Stand between. The mountain range divides the two countries. Separate into parts or portions. Divide the cake into 3 equal parts. Force, take, or pull apart. A ridge of land that separates two adjacent river systems. Make a division or separation. Come apart. A serious disagreement between two groups of people, typically producing tension or hostility. A ridge of land that separates two adjacent river systems. An event marking a unique or important historical change of course or one on which important developments depend. A mark showing the boundary of a piece of land. An anatomical structure used as a point of origin in locating other anatomical structures, as in surgery, or as point from which measurements can be taken. The position of a prominent or well-known object in a particular landscape. The church steeple provided a convenient landmark. The intersection of two streets. An event marking a unique or important historical change of course or one on which important developments depend. A demarcated area of the earth. 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 A course of reasoning aimed at demonstrating a truth or falsehood. The methodical process of logical reasoning. I can't follow your line of reasoning. A slight depression or fold in the smoothness of a surface. His face has many lines. Mechanical system in a factory whereby an article is conveyed through sites at which successive operations are performed on it. A connected series of events or actions or developments. historians can only point out those lines for which evidence is available. The road consisting of railroad track and roadbed. A conceptual separation or distinction. There is a narrow line between sanity and insanity. A succession of notes forming a distinctive sequence. A conductor for transmitting electrical or optical signals or electric power. The principal activity in your life that you do to earn money. He's not in my line of business. Make a mark or lines on a surface. Draw a line. Often plural, a means of communication or access. Lines of communication were set up between the two firms. The descendants of one individual. His entire lineage has been warriors. Space for one line of print, 1 column wide and 1/14 inch deep, used to measure advertising. A short personal letter. Drop me a line when you get there. A telephone connection. Be in line with, form a line along. Trees line the riverbank. The maximum credit that a customer is allowed. A particular kind of product or merchandise. A nice line of shoes. A pipe used to transport liquids or gases. A pipeline runs from the wells to the seaport. A commercial organization serving as a common carrier. Acting in conformity. In line with. A formation of people or things one behind another. The line stretched clear around the corner. A formation of people or things one beside another. The line of soldiers advanced with their bayonets fixed. A fortified position, especially one marking the most forward position of troops. They attacked the enemy's line. A length, straight or curved, without breadth or thickness, the trace of a moving point. A mark that is long relative to its width. He drew a line on the chart. A single frequency, or very narrow band, of radiation in a spectrum. A spatial location defined by a real or imaginary unidimensional extent. Cover the interior of. Line the gloves. Fill plentifully. Line one's pockets. In games or sports, a mark indicating positions or bounds of the playing area. Mark with lines. Sorrow had lined his face. Persuasive but insincere talk that is usually intended to deceive or impress. Let me show you my etchings as a rather worn line. Reinforce with fabric. Lined books are more enduring. Something, as a cord or rope, that is long and thin and flexible. A washing line. Text consisting of a row of words written across a page or computer screen. The letter consisted of 3 short lines. An event that occurs at a critical time. At such junctures he always had an impulse to leave. The shape or manner in which things come together and a connection is made. A crisis situation or point in time when a critical decision must be made. At that juncture he had no idea what to do. An event that occurs at a critical time. It was needed only on special occasions. A vaguely specified social event. An occasion arranged to honor the president. An opportunity to do something. There was never an occasion for her to demonstrate her skill. Give occasion to. Reason. There was no occasion for complaint. The time of a particular event. On the occasion of his 60th birthday. A storage site similar to a detention basin, but the water in storage is permanently obstructed from flowing downstream. A storage site, such as a small reservoir, that delays the flow of water downstream. The watershed of a continent, especially the watershed of North America, formed by a series of mountain ridges extending from Alaska to Mexico. A sudden turning point in a person's life, similar to the sudden conversion of the Apostle Paul on the road from Jerusalem to Damascus of arrest Christians. Judeo-Christian mythology. When Adam and Eve ate of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the Garden of Eden, God punished them by driving them out of the Garden of Eden and into the world where they would be subject to sickness and pain and eventual death. That part of the continental divide formed by the Rocky Mountains in the United States.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.